Hey everybody, I am Scotty J. Welcome back to Rock Titan Live. We've got an awesome show for you tonight. For all you metalheads out there. Dude, this band is going to blow you away. The vocalist is absolutely incredible. He's reminiscent of so many just powerful voices out there. And this band just released their first EP the other day called, actually last month, January. It's already March. Acronym. And I'm talking about a band called Breaking in a Sequence, and the acronym of the band is Bias. And they do actually go by Bias. One of the songs that just really blew me away, though, the other day, they just released an official music video, and it was a tribute to Faith No More, which I absolutely love, and Midlife Crisis. Absolutely incredible. If you folks haven't seen the official music video from Midlife Crisis yet, go check it out. And you might recognize some similarities with the original because they really did it justice. But yeah, so the vocalist of this band is absolutely incredible. The drummer's no slouch either. You might be familiar with them even. But everybody, I am joined by Rich Nguyen and David Silveria. You know him as the drummer from Korn. Guys, what's up?
How's it going? Thanks for having us.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure. Yeah, how many times did I freeze up on you during that opening monologue?
0.
Oh, man, all right. So maybe we're trending well here. Maybe we're trending well. You know, it's funny. Before we start talking about, your music, and we're definitely going to get into this because it's absolutely incredible. David, I got to ask you a question, man, just because, I was looking at your videos and, checking out the comments and stuff like that. I'm trolling just to see what's going on. Dude, you're like in full-blown beast mode. I mean, have you been hitting the gym like an absolute madman? Because, I mean, you look like you could just like, I was watching Game of Thrones like not too long ago. You could be like, you could take on like the Mountain, it looks like. You could take on the Hound for sure. What's going on?
I just started just lifting heavier weight and eating more protein, that's all.
I think you're only eating protein. Dude, you got to throw some like fat in there, like, like the healthy fats. And carbs.
There's plenty of fat going on.
Dude, how much are you benching? How much are you benching right now? I'm serious.
You know what? I don't even keep track. I just do what I can do in sets of 12. I never go for really super heavy.
Dude, I mean, my God, I'm just looking at you, man. It's like your neck is disappearing, man. You're like the Hulk, man. Seriously. But that's good. I'm glad to see you're healthy. It's just different than what I'm used to seeing you like in the past. You're like, whoa, I don't know. I'm going to have to hit you up after this interview and find out what kind of a workout program you're on, man. But, Rich, is Dave intimidating?
What?
He's like the Mountain to me whenever I see him. I'm just like, the Red Viper when I'm at practice. No. He's not intimidating.
That's funny.
The only time I was ever intimidated by him was literally when I first came to audition for the band.
Okay.
I walked in and David's there, and he must have just gotten out of the gym because he was like ripped. He had that gym pump going on.
Yeah.
Like, God damn. And I said, I'm like, God damn, you're fucking huge, dude. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. All right. So, Rich, thanks for saving me. That's a great segue because everyone's watching this right now and they're like, Scott, what is this? A GNC like infomercial? They're like, when am I going to break out the Bowflex? It's like, no. Okay. All right. That's not what this show is. We're going to be talking about the music. But you were just talking about auditioning for Breaking in a Sequence, Bias. So, David, is this your baby? Did you start this band? Who started this band?
Originally, it was myself, Chris, and a couple other guys doing a different band under a whole other name with different music.
Okay.
And eventually, we hooked up with Joe, and then we split off with these other singers we were working with, and then we did a singer search online. I'll let Richard explain how that worked. But we hooked up with Richard, and we got our second guitar player, Mike, and that's when Bias came together.
Okay.
Richard can explain the singer search thing.
Oh my God.
All right, Rich, give us the story because I am curious, man. Because I mean, I have to assume that Dave and Chris and company. I mean, they had how many people auditioned? How many people did you have to beat out?
We went through maybe 100 or so different. I guess you call them samples of the music,
Submissions?
whatever.
Okay.
Submissions,
Yeah.
right? You guys had like
Maybe
300.
100 or so submissions, and we just narrowed them down to a few. And we actually called Richard, and then it was like what, 2 months later when we called you back.
No, it was like 4 or 5 months later.
Really?
Yeah, it was a long time.
I honestly don't understand how that happened.
Well,
What-
you never know. I mean,
So,
I think
all right.
you guys were working with other guys then,
Wow.
like just trying to work it out.
Well, I gotta say, Rich, you were definitely the right selection, because based off of the EP Acronym, everybody, again, we're talking about Acronym, the EP that just came out back in January. Man, you got some chops, man. I'm totally digging it.
Thank you.
Was there a specific, obviously the specific sound you were looking for, David, it was Rich's sound, but
Absolutely.
what that being Rich's sound, apart from that, what was there specifics? Was there anyone that you had worked with, collaborated with in the past? I'm not talking about Korn, all right? I'm not talking about John. I'm talking about like anyone that you've worked with in the past, because obviously you have a very illustrious career as a drummer. Was there anyone you were kind of hoping to find to be the front man for Bias?
I mean, we tried out a few people and we considered a few people. But when Richard came and we ultimately had to make a decision, it was a no-brainer. Everyone knew Richard was the right guy. We loved his attitude. We loved his look. We loved his voice. He was highly intelligent. The way he writes lyrics and his methodology for putting our songs together. I mean, he's definitely a diamond in the rough for sure.
Yeah, man. Right on.
Thanks, dude.
Well,
So let me tell you how I stood out. from
yes,
the rest of these
please,
guys.
Rich. Yeah, see, I have ADD. Everybody knows. Everyone that watches Rock Titan Live, they all know Scotty J's got ADD, and they're like, "All right, he didn't take his meds today." No, I don't take meds. But yes, okay. So, how'd you beat everybody out? What was it?
So back in, I think, March of 2018, they put out a press release looking for a singer, right?
Mm.
And at the time, I was doing music for fun. Like I was taking instrumental music from like Craigslist bands and writing vocals over them and cutting them up and rearranging them and writing vocals over them for fun, purely for fun. And they put out their singer search, and I was like, you know what? I want their music to do that too. Right. So I sent in my biography and some material I had written, and they didn't respond until from March to I think the end of July. Right. At the end of July, they sent me an email saying, "Hey, better late than never. See what you can sing over this." And they sent me an MP3 of a song.
Wow.
So I heard that song and I was like, this is pretty good, but it's not structured the way I want it to be structured to sing over. So I took it and I chopped it all up and I re-pieced it back together in a different arrangement. And then I sang over it and sent it back to them. And I guess they listened to it for over the course of a week. And then they finally got back to me saying, "Hey, this is actually pretty good. See what you can sing over this." And they sent me some other stuff. And I was able to take those songs, sing over it, and send it back to them. And they invited me to go down there to try out.
Wow.
And at the time, I was like, I wasn't looking for a band, honestly.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know if I want to drive 80 miles south to go to band practice, to go rehearse with these guys. And my wife was like, "Are you kidding me? Go do it." Like, obviously, music's your passion because you're sitting there recording vocals over strangers' music and not doing anything with it. Go do something with it. Get out of the house. So then I went down there and it just clicked like almost immediately once we started jamming.
Right
Did we
on.
play for 5 hours the first day?
Yeah. So the very first day we came down, I had done so many songs for them. I think we had 4 songs to work on already right off the get-go.
That's awesome.
And the very first song that I sent back to them is on our EP. It's called Hesitation. So that was the very first song I ever did. And that was the song that I cut up. But the guys were pretty peeved when I first sent that back because I changed their music.
That's funny.
At first, we kind of had a little bit of an attitude about it, going, why would this guy take our music and chop it all up? What is he doing? That lasted for about one day. And the next time we got together, everybody looked at each other and said, what are we talking about this for? He made it better. He chopped it up and made the whole thing make sense. And now he has a vocal structure that makes sense. and we sent him kind of nonsense. Like it took like one day for us to get over ourselves and our own stupid ego and went, yeah, this is much better. This. He knows what he's doing. He did a great job. And everyone acknowledged it and said, yeah, we have no problem. This is great.
Respect. That's awesome, man. That's very huge. Now,
Thanks.
Rich, I'm curious because, I mean, Dave, he's had just a little bit of commercial success, you might say. Was there an intimidation factor there at all? Like, oh crap, playing with,
Absolutely. I was intimidated at first because the way that they set up the audition, they put my mic stand right in front of David. Like literally, if I sang too hard, I would spit all over him. Right? So he's sitting there playing, and I got over it like within a minute because everything just clicked so well when we first started playing. It all melted away.
Yeah, right on. All right, so let's get into some of this stuff off Acronym, and I want to talk most recently the video that you guys just put out, Midlife Crisis. Faith No More. Oh man, whose idea was that?
So the song was Joe and Chris.
Okay.
They've wanted to cover Faith No More ever since I've joined this band, right? And my answer was always no, because a lot of Faith No More fans they're crazy, and Mike Patton is their god, and yes, Mike Patton is the god. For sure. Right. But I was like, people are going to tear me apart if we sing Faith No More, if we cover Faith No More. And it wasn't until we were on tour in September of 2019 that we were sitting in the van, just driving in the middle of nowhere, and the live version of Midlife Crisis came on, from the Angel Dust Deluxe edition. The live version's slightly faster. The vocals are a little bit more aggressive. When I heard that, I was like, you know what? We could totally cover this song and add a little bit of our style to this. So when we got back from tour, we learned it and we tracked it in October of 2019. And we've sat on it ever since.
Okay. Well, I was curious about that because, a lot of bands, when they take a cover, they may totally make it their own, like they take the lyrics and all, but they just completely rearrange the whole thing and, and make it a huge success. And I guess maybe one good example is the Cranberries' Zombie that Bad Wolves took. And that really just ignited their careers, and right. The version that they put out was nothing like it. Now, you guys paid a lot more homage to the original. Yes, I mean, you definitely gave it your own flair. You gave it the biased flair. I guess what was the thought process behind staying true to the original versus trying to completely change it and make it your own?
Well, we originally recorded Midlife Crisis to be an Easter egg on our album or EP, whichever one we were going to release.
Okay.
And it was management that came to us and said, you guys need to release this as a single, right? And it was because of the turmoil during the end of 2020 where everyone's lives, we've been on lockdown, there's all these political issues happening. People don't want to hear anything new. People aren't going to take to anything new. But if we released something that was familiar yet different, that would catch people's ears. And I think that's basically what happened with it, So they persuaded us to release it as a single. And the second they said that, I said, well, if this is going to happen, then it needs to be a full tribute, right? Let's remake the video, because a lot of bands don't remake the video. They just cover the song.
Right.
So that was the idea that floated out there. And we got together with director Matt Zane, our buddy, and he was able to analyze all the shots and lighting and everything for us to recreate it.
Right on. I dig it. All right. Well, everybody, again, I'm Scotty J. You're watching Rock Titan Live, in case we've been freezing on you here. And we are joined by Breaking Into Sequence, Dave Silveria and Rich Nguyen. And so, Dave, I want to, kind of come back to you. And like I touched on with Rich, you've had some amazing success in your career. Now that you're with bias, breaking in a sequence. I'm going to use those interchangeably, because it is an acronym. And of course, it's so proper that your EP would be called Acronym. Were there any anxieties, concerns, apprehensions, whatever you want to call it, of trying to recreate some of that success that you had previously? Did you come into this with any particular expectations, or were you just doing it for the love of music?
I think all of us are just doing it for the love of music. I mean, when we get together and it all happens, I mean, it's like magic, and everyone's having a great time. Everyone enjoys everybody's company. No one's, kind of bitter about anything. Everyone has a great relationship throughout the band. So I think everyone's in it for the right reason, just the joy of music.
Cool. Right on. Now, you guys launched this EP back in January. Is that all of the songs that you guys have collectively written together? Like, is that what you put together? Or were there certain songs on the chopping block where you were thinking of doing an LP and you just decided to go the EP route? How many songs have you guys actually written as of today?
Are we on 19 right now?
I think we're on either 18 or 19. Maybe, I think 19 is the one we just started.
Yeah. So we're on 19 right now. We actually have another EP ready to go.
Right on.
We have something internally that we talk about called phase 1 songs, phase 2 songs, and we're right now on phase 3 songs. So our phase 1 songs is basically our feeling out period. Our phase 2 songs was, growing into our sound, and then phase 3 is our stride that we're in. I don't know if you went on YouTube and saw any of our YouTube videos.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Pity, actually, because I want to know who the hell still has that stereo and a tape deck.
That was actually built for us just via graphics. Not even the tape deck.
That sucks. I was going to say, man, whoever's got that vintage piece of equipment, that is awesome. But now you're just telling me it was basically a creation of CGI?
Computer graphics.
Oh, man.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I'm bummed now. I'm so bummed. I don't want to talk anymore. And everybody's like watching. Thank God Scott doesn't want to talk anymore. Just let Rich and David talk. So anyway, yes, I saw Pity.
We released a song.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not Pity. In April, we released a song called Unsavory, right? And it was our lockdown challenge song. I don't know if you know, Sammy Hagar did the lockdown challenge where you basically record with your band all separately and then film a video for it. No studio, no producers or anything. That song, Unsavory, was the start of our phase 3. So if you listen to that and you compare it to our actual EP, you can hear that it's more experimental, kind of, it's not so cookie cutter, if you will.
Okay.
But I think you have to check it out to really hear it.
Okay. Now, is there a timeline where we might expect this next EP?
The next EP may be out by summer, maybe.
Okay.
There's really, we haven't really started planning that yet. I mean, we have all the songs there ready to go. We just need to release one more single off of this current EP before we start thinking about the second one.
All right.
Yeah, we're hoping to get some news about the industry opening up and shows starting to happen again. So,
right? I swear, man, this is crazy. It's amazing you can even get to the, right? I know, I'm with you. I mean, here's David. He's flipping me off now. You're flipping off the, the No, I know. I'm just playing.
You gotta flip people off, dude.
Yeah, no, right? No, I'm just playing because, obviously, but you've still been able to hit the gym, clearly. But anyway, all right, so we're going to put my mathematics to the test here, guys. We're going to put my math to the test because, correct me if I'm wrong, but on Acronym, it's 6 tracks, right? You had 6 tracks on Acronym?
Yes.
Okay. And so now you have another EP that's going to be coming out. Now, by saying EP, it can't be more than 6 tracks, because if you do more than 6 tracks, now you're starting to venture into the LP range. So now we're at 12, assuming that you guys, the second EP is 6 songs, like with Acronym. So now we're at 12. But you guys said a little while ago that you've actually written 18, 19 songs. So Do you already have a third
Yeah.
EP ready, or are you just going to be holding off for a big full-blown LP?
Well, stage 3 is still in production. We're still getting our chops up for the songs and getting them down. We're not quite ready to go in the studio and record those yet.
Okay.
We have demo versions of most of them, but we still need to really get our parts down before we go into the recording studio and really lay down the tracks.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that
Well,
is
I
the
think
expectation, though? You're going to do everything in the form of like an EP?
No, I think we're going to try to go album if we can.
Okay.
It just really depends on the industry, when that industry is open, and then also on how the second EP does for us. You know what I mean? We're a baby band. Who knows how long, we can last, just doing this on our own.
Yeah, no,
So,
I know. It's challenging. I know it's very challenging. Now, that being said, 2020 is behind us. 2021, it looks like we're starting to see some rays of hope, maybe, potentially, hopefully. Have you guys gotten together as a unit and talked about touring? Obviously, David, you know all about touring the whole freaking world over.
Talked about the freeze.
Relentlessly, yeah, talk about the freeze. But so, when it comes to touring, is that something that everyone in Breaking in a Sequence is prepared to do?
yeah, I think we're waiting for the time to be right and to possibly find a tour with a band that'll take us with them, because, we can't handle a tour on our own.
Right. Yeah, no, that's very cool. All right. Well, without tempting the fates too much longer, with technology being as stubborn as it is right now. Again, everybody, I'm Scotty J. You're watching Rock Titan Live, and we're here with Breaking in a Sequence, Rich Nguyen and David Silveria. You know him as the drummer from Korn, who absolutely throws down like a madman and kicks ass. And man, I love to see that you haven't even lost a beat, dude. I mean, my God, I love what you're doing with this band, David. I truly do, man. I mean, you're crushing it. You've got the right singer with Rich. Nah, dude. I mean, the music that I've heard so far, and again, I can only go off Acronym, but man, it's absolutely killer. And I'm glad you guys are, just
that's just phase 1. Wait until you get to phase 2.
Right on. Yeah.
Wait till you get to phase 2 and 3.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, everybody, again, I'm Scotty J. You're watching Rock Titan Live. Make sure you go check out Bias, okay? I'm using the acronym. Make sure you go check them out. We're going to have the links here, to the website, to their YouTube channel, so you can check out these absolutely awesome videos. Midlife Crisis from Faith No More. My God, you guys are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. It is killer. So everyone, be safe out there. Do what you're supposed to do so we can get back to a regular concert season. How awesome would that be to have an actual summer festival concert season in 2021? And then maybe we can actually see these guys live. That would be cool, right?
Yes.
Right? Oh, my God. All right. We're out of here. We're out of here, folks. I'm Scotty J. We're out.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Thanks, guys.